In Burlingame, Vermont, is paralyzed from the chest down. Police tell us Hisham Al-Ratani, Keenan Abdul Hamid, and Tashin Ali Ahmed were targeted by Jason Eaton while walking to a relative's home for dinner on November 25th. They were speaking Arabic and wearing the traditional Palestinian scarf at the time, the kifayet. That and the stabbing death of a 6-year-old in Joliet, Illinois, allegedly for just being Muslim. Two of the instances of bias Arab and Palestinian Americans have suffered since the start of the war between Israel and Hamas. California, not immune. A USC professor was just placed on leave and barred from campus for calling protesting Palestinian students ignorant. Our region not immune? Bassem El-Kara live with me now to talk about some of what's happening. He's the director of the Sacramento Valley chapter of CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, as well as a trustee for the Twin Rivers Unified School District. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sincere.
First, we have to talk about this situation in Vermont. One of the young men shot, Keenan, is a longtime family friend of yours.
I grew up with his uncle. I never had the honor of meeting Keenan. Grew up with his uncle in the Bay Area, a beautiful, beautiful family, and just devastating to hear that one of the students is paralyzed from the bullet lodging in his spine. And so it's just devastating to hear these incidents happening around the country, hate incidents, harassment, protests. I mean, it's the climate of fear during this conflict.
That situation, and just also for you personally, I know that you've lost loved ones, friends in Gaza since the Israel-Hamas war began. This is a tragedy that continues to compound for many people in our community, something that they're carrying with them in their day-to-day.
Yes, we have a large family in Southeast Gaza Strip, and we're not refugees. 80% of the Gazans are refugees. We're not, but now we are refugees. Probably 99% of my family had to flee the southeast of Gaza after leaflets were dropped telling them to go to more secure areas where there are no secure areas in the Gaza Strip. And we've lost dozens of family members. And now, just every night, our time is mourning their time. We call and we try to see, who's okay, who's not. And it's just an emotional roller coaster for the past almost 2 months now. And some of the elders just don't want to leave. They go into these schools with thousands of other people. Everyone's getting sick. The water's tainted. And just seeing the images come out of Gaza every day, mothers holding their dead children. I mean, over 6,000 children have been killed. I mean, and the sad thing is, for me as an American, my taxpayer dollars are funding this war. The bombs that are manufactured, the bombs that are being dropped on civilian apartment complexes. And they're destroying entire rows of apartment complexes, killing everyone inside. And just seeing as people in this country are very angry, seeing especially play out on social media. Social media is showing everything that's happening, showing what's happening at the hospitals, what's happening at these apartment complexes get leveled. So it's a very emotional time. It's very you feel helpless. Like, what can you do? But there's a lot of efforts to put pressure on our elected officials to call for a ceasefire. And many of the California members of Congress have come out for a ceasefire. Not all.
Let's talk about a local situation regarding ceasefire. A lot of organizations have taken stands about the war in the Middle East and issued sort of position statements or calling for a ceasefire. And members of the community have gone to many different city councils, Folsom among them, working on some of those statements because they feel that the resolutions passed or drafted have been a little biased. I know that members of CARE have been involved in those discussions. Do you feel like you're getting some positive feedback when maybe some biased language has been pointed out to some of the council members around the region?
Yes, I think there's been some really good meetings and with all sides, sitting on the table, talking, discussing, and that everyone can recognize that there's a humanitarian disaster. There's massacres taking place almost on a daily basis. No one's denying that. And so I think it's been pretty easy to pass these resolutions all around the nation. And here locally, there's been an increase in efforts by the community, working with interfaith allies and others to try to get these resolutions to keep the pressure on the Biden administration, that it's not members just of their own party, but folks all around the country. The polling, Democrats and Republicans, the majority want a ceasefire and a stop to the bloodshed.
We've talked about some of the ceasefire resolutions and working on language. We know Jewish students here, Jewish individuals in many settings have also been harassed, targeted since the start of the war as well. And of course, that's not right either. What other kind of situations have been reported to CARE besides, some of this going on at City Council? Or what have you heard, like kind of colloquially, about how people are being treated and perhaps targeted here because of the war that's going on in the Middle East?
A lot of the targeting takes place at protests. There was a protest in Fresno where someone in a truck ran over a bicycle, ran over a protester. The protester had to go to the hospital and get surgery. I mean, and there was an arrest made in that case. Mm-hmm. You're hearing these incidents around the country, and unfortunately, the ones that just make the national media are just the shoot. If it's a shooting or a stabbing. But there are incidents that are unfortunately happening all around the country. We're seeing an increase, over a 200% increase in Islamophobia and anti-Semitism incidents. And these are, a concern. And I think it's also brought communities together to address these issues and saying enough is enough. We're not going to tolerate hate against any community. And we just hope, we can make a difference.
Alrighty, thank you so much for coming in to share both your personal experience with what's going on with this war and then also what CARE is doing to represent the feelings of Muslim folk and also Arab folk and Palestinian Americans that are here in our area. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you, Sincere.